Welcome back, Collingwood Carlton, Triple MCG, Saturday afternoon, 7th of May, round 7. You know all the details. Beautiful day in Melbourne, the best city in the world, and we are ready for two arch rivals to go head-to-head. Now, Spud.
Yep.
During the week on the Hot Breakfast, of course, unbelievable Triple M breakfast show, dominating FM breakfast, of course, Ed and Darcy.
Outstanding.
And Mick Malloy. They were celebrating with Tony Jones the fact that he's had 30 years in the media.
It's a bit Rex-like.
It was a bit manufactured the week, I will admit. But anyway.
Right. Who cares?
Anyway, my ears pricked up, Spud, when this was said about you.
Oh.
Talk about news. This is how we work over here, assembling news. This is you on 3AW this morning.
Why do they call you Chompers?
Well, they, as in the bogans at Triple M, they, little awkward. No, but when I meant the bogans, as in, I meant the bogans, as in Brian Taylor and Danny Frawley.
Brayshaw right behind this too.
Brayshaw, is that his thing?
James Brayshaw, the one who reinvented Triple M football.
That's the one. Yeah, that's the one. Exactly.
Spud, he's calling you a bogan.
He did, Spud.
Well, he said all of Triple
Spud.
M, and then he tried.
He's called you. I heard him call the Chompers.
was
Called
you.
you. He
It was
thought he'd slide over onto the AM band, and we wouldn't pick up on it because no one listens. Spud, someone found that audio. They ran it on Hot Breakfast. He's branded you a bogan.
I'm shocked. It's the first I've heard of it. Now, old Chomper, the reason why he got the chomps and the reason he lost all the weight, Brian, was 10 years ago, JB.
Yes.
He thought he was going to supersede Peter Hitchner. He's not going anywhere, Chompers! Peter Hitchner's there for the next 20 years! You can lose all your weight, you skinny bag of pus now. Get all that loose skin taken off. You were 30 or 40 kilos overweight. You do say no at the dinner table now, Chomp. You look like a skull with teeth. A skull with teeth, and not only that, Chopper. Peter Hitchner, he's not going anywhere, so suck lemons, Chopperhead. Suck it big time, Chomp. And not only that, we go back when he worked with us, Brian, at Triple M.
Yes.
He is still
I've got
inviting.
nothing to do with this, TJ.
He is still inviting friends. That is a loosely described word with you, Chomp. To your functions when you have a show on Foxtel with Green Machine and Tony Mundine.
Come on,
And then you charge the guests $11.50. That's right, $11.50
Spud.
plus GST because, me son, he's being the waiter. We need to give him 50 cents each as well. Oh, Chomper. You are kidding yourself. And what are we celebrating? 30 years of knifing, people!
Oh, Spud.
Who's sacked today? We'll sack this bloke. Come on, Chomper. Do something instead of talking about guys losing their careers.
Oh, Spud.
I've taken it well.
I reckon, yeah.
Well, that's the first
All
I've
he
heard
did's
of it.
brand you bogan,
And while I'm...
which you're half from
no,
Ballarat.
I'm not. You know that, Brian.
Okay. Hey, before we get to the Lackey, Spud, I know you wanted to
No,
discuss
look, I don't like backing over stuff, JB. But,
Yes.
Yes, you do.
We
You always do.
give
You
Chomp,
absolutely
You really hear a lot of stuff.
we give Chomp a fair old working over a couple of weeks ago.
Tony
But,
Jones?
Yeah,
Come on, Chomper.
it's my night to cook dinner on Wednesday night, so I'm quite happy. A little bit of lamb shank risotto, and just whacking away. I thought I'll put the Chomp on and see what he's got to say.
Mm-hmm.
Have a listen to what he finished his sports editorial with.
Lending a hand at the establishment today, Danny Frawley, who seems to specialise in recipes for disaster.
Now,
Nice.
that's just
funny.
come from nowhere.
I don't mind that. No, that's a clip back at you for the 10 minutes you gave him on our show.
Listen, Chomp,
Oh.
I've done a bit of work on the Chomp, BT. And you were there when we called him Chomp because his teeth, they could use it as the side screen at the MCG. They're glistening.
As soon as he sensed an opportunity for the head job, he went and got the chompers
gets the
done
chomps
and
and,
had liposuction.
He had that liposuction and then found out that Peter Hitchner signed a 20-year deal. Suck eggs, Chomp. But what I've also found
Hang
out,
on,
JB,
what I find is intriguing is that you've actually managed a segment on chompers to get yourself in.
no, I haven't. Because what I want to do, I want to de-chomp him.
Right.
Because, as you know, my brand's
You've
getting
had-
bigger.
And you've had your own chompers done.
I know that, but I actually nicknamed him Chomp.
Right.
But now he likes it. Now he's got an identity, JB.
He has.
Before that, it was Tony Jones, big fat bag of pus that
Oh,
no one liked.
He's the best at his
He's the
job.
best bloody
No,
newsbreaker
it was
out
crap.
in
It
the
was
news
crap.
system.
Now he
not
thinks he's
purple.
got a personality because people call him Chomp. So Thursday Night Footy Show, doing a great job. So one
Yes.
of the guests, JB,
Don't agree, TJ.
does a live cross to the Chomp.
every Thursday night.
I'm led to believe that the producer texts the player who's going to be interviewed. So I've had BJ, Goddard, and all
Yes.
these players. I'm led to believe, Brian,
Oh, no.
that Tony Jones,
Oh, no.
alias the Chomp,
Oh, no.
says to the producer, make sure at the end of the interview
No.
that Brendan Goddard
I don't
says,
believe that,
see you,
Spud.
Chomp.
I
Now,
don't
Chomper,
believe
I'm going to get these players to say, see you, Tony, so you don't all of a sudden get a personality. It's all about you, Chomp.
This is a man that when there was a big fight on, remember the big fight? There was yeah, and he had it on his TV at home because he ordered it on
Main event or whatever it's called. Yep.
and he charged people to come into his own house
Brian.
to pay for the $95.
Oh, I know.
I
He
was
said
sitting
about
on the Sunday Footy Show when they had a State of Origin, the Dream Team versus, and we got Tony Jones to, because he was the host, to put a big V jumper on. But what he didn't realise, 2 seconds before he went to air, we've all gone, what have you got that on for, you wanker? And he's cracked him big time, old Chomps.
Spud, the funniest story ever about Tone was when another boundary rider stole his cherry ripe. I've never seen an angrier man
No,
in all of my life.
no. Remember him and Doc Larkins used to be on Channel 9 together,
yeah.
and they were both doing the boundary,
Oh, it was
and
head to
one
head,
was
wasn't
medical
it?
and one was
Going to
news.
tennis.
And Tony is such. He's very, very good at
Yeah.
his job. He's one of the best I've ever seen.
outstanding.
Probably the best. That he was so good with timing and he could remember his words and he was absolutely perfect. And he knew the producer would come down the ears and they'd say to Doc and Tony, "You've got 50 seconds." Well, TJ said to Doc every time, "I'll go first, Doc." And he'd leave him with 3 seconds at the end, and Doc couldn't say
We
anything.
might have a call on the line here, Triple M football style. Afternoon, who have we got here?
It's Tony Jones.
That's it.
Here I am. I'm at Ormond at the moment watching my son play.
Yes.
I'll get back to that in a moment, right?
Yeah.
And my brother just texted me and said MMM, and I thought, what? Anyway, so I tweaked. So I turned on Spud.
Yes, Chomp.
You are fair income delusional.
Yes.
Oh, I'm not, mate.
Yes, he
Yes,
is.
you are.
You
If
are.
you
wanker,
think-
TJ.
If you think for a moment, right? If you think for a moment that I actually contact the producers to tee up the players saying Chompers,
Oh no.
then, mate, you've got issues.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, I haven't got
You
issues.
have got issues,
I'm led to believe
That's
this
a
is
rebuttal.
fact.
That's a
no,
rebuttal.
but I think this is fact, Tone. Now you're
Tone deals in
you're
facts.
Not, yeah, you're not. He stretches the truth at times.
No, he does.
Yes, he does.
He never does.
Yes, you do, Chomp, don't you?
No, I don't, and I don't know. Where you get, I mean, I'm happy to play along. I'm happy to play along anytime. But mate,
Yeah.
do you honestly think that I
He's
spend
dirty up.
part of my
I
day?
think he's filthy.
Well,
doesn't he?
Dirty up, Spud.
this
Well,
is,
how do you think I felt, Chomp, when I'm cooking
no.
dinner for the kids and I'm seeing
Spud's dirtied up too.
a story on St Kilda,
This is,
and you just give me an unwarranted flyby on National 9 News?
This is whiny.
Well, hang on,
real.
because you gave me an absolute hammering on Triple M about
Yes,
2
you
weeks
did.
earlier. But
You did
but no
spot
one-
Don't use Channel 9 News
Where-
just to give me a clip.
Tit for
Ring me
tat.
up.
Oh, well, hang on a minute. You've got your own personal forum. You know,
Ding, 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 ding.
Hang on.
Stay
hang on.
tuned, Chomper.
Like 2 weeks earlier.
So,
2 weeks earlier, you accused me of trying to take Peter Hitchener's job, mate.
yeah, you did.
Mate,
And you're
let me
still
say this.
trying to. You're still trying to chomp.
I'm not
Mate,
feeling
let me
comfortable.
say this.
This is
Hey,
uneasy.
Chomper.
If and when I do take over from Peter Hitchener, at least I know I'll be inheriting a winning team, which is more than Terry Wallace can say.
Not bad. Not bad. Not bad,
sorry.
Spud. I like it.
Oh, look at listen to JB and then BT.
I like
Name
it,
one
Spud.
of you lousy
it.
pricks.
Very good, very
you lousy
good.
pricks, JB, BT, Warrior, and you, Chomp,
I think
who
that's
have
pretty
coached
good.
a team to a preliminary final. AFL team. Which one of yous?
Hey,
So good you have a reunion of it this year.
Tone, I think this started when you asked a legitimate question of Spud in a press conference and he filthied up. I think this is where all of this started.
Well, that's when he wanted to put my head through the brick wall, quote
Yeah,
unquote.
and I'm spewing I didn't do it at the time too, Tone. But I'll tell you what, Tone.
Oh, no.
You, after you have your little steak sandwich down there at your footy, make sure you get a crowbar to get the meat out of your chompers, mate.
Well, mate, can I tell you something? The reason I said I'm at Ormond is because I just bumped into Damian Hardwick.
Get him
And
off.
It's the first Richmond coach
Turn him off.
bumped into for a long time.
Tone,
Turn him off.
I thought you
I've had
made
enough.
Tone. I thought you made very good points all the way through this discussion. Well done.
What was he like
Well-
dealing with when you were the producer of the Sunday Footy show there, Tone, at Channel 9?
Mate, we only got Danny because Jared Healy left.
But it's 40.
Rosie,
He was lucky to get a
turn
go.
the prick off, Rosie.
It's 40 love, and he's serving for the match at the minute.
Well,
Spud.
what footy game are you? I've got a couple of hours to spare, Chomp. What are you doing about 2:30 today? Oh, no. We'll have
Well,
a Chomp
mate-
off.
Mate, can I tell you that my son's team's down about 10 goals, but the last thing I need is advice from you.
Spuddy's owned you on your own
Game,
show.
set,
You get
match,
stuff
Spud.
too, Warrior. I'll
Well
tell you
done.
what, Chomp.
Well
Get
done,
him off.
Tone.
All right, now, Spud, one other thing. Are we supposed to be running around the town this week?
Oh, no, I don't think so now, Tony.
I wouldn't have
Well,
thought
hang on,
that
hang-
time. Well,
hang on,
let's
you-
just go down to the Moorabbin gym, mate, and we'll just put the headgear on for a while and just
Well, hang on.
use your head as a speedball.
Well, hang on. It's a different Danny Frawley on air to off air.
Yeah, exactly right, mate.
Send me a
'Cause, mate,
text
I don't
last
need
week.
flybys on a Tuesday evening just with me
You sent me
girls.
a text last week virtually begging to have a run around
Oh,
the town. You even gave me days.
Are there two?
I
Are
know
there
you're
two?
not overly busy, man.
Are there
No.
two Spuds, Tone? Are there?
Yeah, well, clearly. Hey,
well-
Brian,
Yeah.
mate, there's two BTs too. I don't think I didn't hear the clips you gave me on the spectrum.
When? Now listen here, Tone.
Yeah, cop that, Brian.
When did
to
I
him,
give you
Tone.
any clips?
Give it to him, Chompers.
I got to go.
I never forget the day that the Grant Hackett news break. I tell you what, and I had control of Grant Hackett. I was just doing a bit of looking after him. And TJ, and there was 1,000 media there. He just pulled out of the Commonwealth Games, and TJ come up and said to me, "Get me a one-on-one." I said, "No worries, TJ. I'll get you the one-on-one." And I had no intentions of getting TJ the one-on-one. Sent him straight to the All-In press conference. Said, "Tone, make sure you get your shots here, mate. You'll need." He dirtied
Well, I
up.
tell you what, isn't that a sad indictment of Brian when he says, "quote, I was looking after Grant Hackett."
No, this was when he was winning.
That's worked well.
Tone, just do a bit of work, mate. Just reporting. You're reporting well on Channel 9,
like
but
it.
that's all you do. Report. You
Chompers.
don't actually do anything.
No, he's
you
a
just
presenter
report.
at the number one bloody
he presents
news
on things.
service.
He never doesn't do anything.
They
He
win
just presents.
ratings, bloody bonanza.
Coaches,
Spud.
coaches coach, players play. Tone talks.
Reports and presents.
Talks.
Tone,
Yeah,
can you believe I'm going into bed for you?
that's only because you want favourable reports about North Melbourne.
Well, bloody make sure that you come clean with them too, please, Tone. Even
mate,
after
anyway.
last night.
Go and get
Hey,
your
well
stuck
done,
into
well
a hot
done,
dog,
mate.
Chomp.
I like it.
How much they cost?
What's that?
The Chompers.
Chompers.
About as much as your hair transplant.
What? Go and get stuck into a hot dog, Chomp. Just
Goodbye.
chomp into him.
Very nice, Tone. I like that. He's taking you to the cleaners then, Spud.
Yeah, it wasn't
You
me
look a bit
finest.
flat, Spud.
No, I am a bit flat. I wasn't me
Social
finest time
media's
then. I wasn't
erupted.
ready
It
for it.
has.
Erupted, so
What
we'll
for?
get to that afterwards.
That actually got very, very real.
It did, didn't it?
He was the one.
It was
this
awkward
is where
listening.
I get
Yeah.
disappointed.
No, you
he was the
can't-
one that texted me 2
You
weeks
can't
ago.
go him now that he's off
Do
air.
you want to have a run around the tan? Give us a spell, Chompers.
He owns you, Spud.
He
Go
did,
and have
Spud.
a
On your
chomp
own
off.
program.
Go and get a couple of hot dogs and chomp into them.
I think you got to be out slapping there, Spud.
Can you admit
That's
you
how
got-
I
No, it
saw it.
wasn't me
Whenever-
finest
Yeah, a
moment.
slap down.
Whenever Spud wants a fight, you know he's lost.
A bit of social media after Tony the Chompers Jones.
Yeah,
just
Extraordinary
worked,
Jones.
Spud,
worked
don't
Spud over.
read anything off that tablet. It's not going well for you. Deb Cannon, game set, match to TJ.
That's
Ripped
it.
Spud a new one.
And Deb's
Brad
one
Cook.
of the long-standing Wolfpack
She
members.
is. Chomp just absolutely destroyed
Was it Chomp off?
Spud. Adrian Page, you're a flat track bully, old Spuddy boy. Can't return
Well
can't
said.
handle the return serve.
Good.
Stu Alexander, pick yourself up off the canvas, Spud. And Braddles probably sums up the sentiment. Sucked in, Spud, you flog.
You've just copped a pasting, Spud.
Yeah, it was a
From
chomp off.
Chompers
No,
and then from the Wolfpack.
It wasn't my greatest 5 minutes. I wasn't expecting Chomp to come
You got him
on.
on to get on the attack, and he got on the
I
attack
no,
before
I
you.
didn't realise he was getting on, so he had it planned, all
Oh,
written
did he?
down.
Oh,
Did
did
he?
he?
That's,
Yeah.
well, I'm assuming.
He's at Ormond
I'm
Footy Club.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
just
I'm
watching
assuming
local
the
footy.
producer
No,
called
I just
him
think
up to
I
say,
think he's
"Spud's
better
gonna
on
give-"
his feet than
No,
you were.
I think the producer called him up this morning. Spud's going to give you a clip, and he had it all. You can't be that sharp and that quick. There's no
Spud,
doubt.
No, some people
I
can
would have
be.
thought someone who espouses to know as much about ring craft as you do would know that if you're in a blue, you got to land the first one.
Yeah,
Spud.
I know.
He put 5 or 6 on your
Yeah.
chin
Yeah, he
before you
did,
even
Spud.
had your hands up.
I accept it. And look, I can't win every week.
From me, he just dribbled words.
Well, I'm dribbling, but I'm looking forward to the chomp off in a boxing ring. I will. I'll use
Oh,
his
really?
bloody head as a speedball.
Speaking of, that's not good for your brand. What just
No,
happened?
no. That's what my brand's good.
It's not
because
good
I'll
for your
bounce
brand.
back. No, the brand is so strong, JB.
Is it?
It can get a couple of dents, a bit
Really?
of a shine off it now and again.
Took a beating there. It's like a major hailstorm, golf ball size.
It just comes back glistening. I know the sun's not out, but I will rise again,
Well,
JB, just like my brand.
Been an unbelievably entertaining Saturday rubber course from the South Melbourne studios. The highlight of which was Spud decided he'd have a go at Tony the Chompers Jones.
Yeah.
Unawares to me.
And then the Chompers rang up and absolutely had his way with Spud over
Pasted
about
him.
an 8-minute phone call where Spud didn't land a blow.
No, quite embarrassing.
And the Wolfpack loved it.
Oh, Jim, Christopher Caruana, Spud, it's getting to the point where we need to have explained to us why we should be part of this project you're doing, because
Why?
we've got brands to protect as well.
No, they don't.
Yes.
Hey,
Well
mate, my
said.
brand's
Yeah.
strong.
Now,
That's how strong it is. It's copying a kicking today, but watch it tomorrow.
well, and
it just
also
rises again.
on your mode of transport, which happens to be a little.
Vespa.
How do you describe it as?
Step
DT?
through.
Well, Leslie Keefe, Spud, that is one step off a
Girlish.
motorised wheelchair.
Oh! Spud.
James Guest, my grandmother would be embarrassed to be seen on that.
It's about getting to the ground at a time where I can entertain my guests tonight.
Makes
Warrior.
a lot of
Catherine's
sense.
loving it. Jim Shane said it's the best rub ever. And
Yep.
Matt Northage, hashtag brand in turmoil.
No, it's not.
I think it is,
No,
Spud.
and
No,
that's
you-
the beauty of my brand. It can cop as much
Tell
as
you
it
what, Spud,
takes.
if I continue to hear about this brand, I've had a gut full of you and your brand. I'm going to give you 1 or 2 more weeks,
That's
and
it.
then I'm going to tell you about your brand.
That's it. I think he's ready to
Peter,
explode
you
Bristol. I think
know.
Bristol's a couple of weeks away from
No,
giving you
that's all right.
a real short back and side.
No,
Spud.
bring it on, I say, because hey, that's the beauty about a brand. It's so strong.
Really?
It can take missiles, JB, and they bounce off.
I'm worried because you haven't handled today too
Oh,
well.
You haven't,
well,
Spud.
at all.
Look,
No, you haven't.
I'll put my hand up. I may have to go back to the Frosties just for a couple of minutes just to see what it's like down there and just bang, straight back in.
Who'd win that, Jim? BT versus
I don't want to make
Danny.
you cry. I don't want to make you cry again.
That was
Yeah.
the first game, BT.
He
And-
played on Bristol and cried.
Yeah,
Cry
first
in the
game.
first
He
game.
did.
And
Yeah.
kicked 7.
Ball.
And then 12 weeks later, JB,
Yes.
one player got 3 Brownlow votes on the return bout.
And then
And his name
one-
was D. Frawley.
and then 1 year later, someone won a Coleman medal playing
Yeah.
on Spud.
And kicked 2 goals in 120 minutes. 2 goals!
Become the 4th player in the history of Collingwood to kick 100, and they're on you, Spud.
Yeah, but mate, the week before, some crab from Fitzroy, you kicked 9 on them. You kicked 2 on me in 120 minutes. I reckon that's not a bad effort.
Spud, I had a leg that was dangling by a thread of skin, and I could barely kick. They had to hold me up to kick it.
I can tell you now, JB,
Yes.
Brian's like one of those wildebeest. They hide in the corner, and when the carcass is getting eaten and it's
Yep.
just about knackered, the old Brian comes in for a bit of a goes in for a gnaw when he knows it's just about done. He says, "Get away, wildebeest!" And he gulps back and goes, "I did that," but he waits till the kill's sort of half dead.
it.
Like Chompers softened me up, and now
Well,
Brian thought
that's
he'll
it.
have a
Finishing
crack.
you right
Well,
off.
then, if I'm waiting for the kill to have not a lot of movement in it, now is the time to go.